No problem on Twitch then. Except for the fact I got no viewers now, because shit, I guess, decided to just completely ruin. But, alright, now the power thing is working on YouTube, so. God, I just love my luck. Holy shit. Resetting my progress. Yay. Alright. Holy shit. Stream on everything now. What is going on? There. Okay. Alright, YouTube. You done being weird as shit? Hope so. Alright. Up on Twitch, that's working. YouTube's working. Alright, okay. Everything's back to normal. Okay, now back to figuring out what the hell I need for power. God, man. What were you saying? Before everything decided to
Sorry,
just
like,
die on me?
yeah, no, it's you're kind of sounding robotic. Is it okay if I dip out? Maybe it'll be better
Okay.
for your stream because
Yeah.
now, like, it's not even like. Hold on, what is happening? Like, your screen is completely black.
Alright, I don't know about it's not black on my end when I'm looking on. I don't know. I think now that might be your end now, I think. Because I'm watching, I'm monitoring.
Okay, now it's okay. Okay, yeah, now it's okay.
Alright, okay, okay, what is this? When athletes from mysterious, that's smooth, okay, that's like healing. Okay, this pal can heal, that's cool. Alright. Okay. I think everything's done dying now. I hope. Because I'm getting tired of this bullshit. Okay. You done messing with me now, God? You piece of shit! But, jokes aside, yeah, so what were we saying? Like,
Huh?
what were we saying before everything decided to hit the fan?
Let me think. I don't know, not really a lot to like say, I guess. But also, pardon me. No, I was just briefly mentioning that a guy was trying to contact me for like, oh hey, I am graphic design. I feel so bad because now this is gonna sound really mean, but I don't trust anybody who says that they are a graphic designer now.
I mean, yeah, I never trust people that said that to begin with.
Well, but the thing is that is an actual like job.
Yeah, I know.
It's not like it doesn't exist.
Still don't trust people.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, especially when they come at you out of nowhere, like Hannah. Just like, I know what you up to, you son of a bitch. Don't know. Bro, some of these skills are weird. So what else? Hear anything new?
Let me think. Apparently, there's like more layoffs going on. Like, I mean, and
Where?
thankfully, you had like PlayStation, Deck Nine, um, Guerrilla Games. Yeah, no, like multiple studios. Like this past week have been laying off a really big uh percentage of their staff. It's actually pretty awful.
Ah, that sounds fun.
Well,
So,
it's to the point where like there's actually a guy that I know who I follow online who he's now been affected by it, and he's a
yeah.
really good animator, like really good.
How good is he?
He animated for a lot of stuff for like like the Jack and Daxter games. He
Oh,
actually
he's
animated
OG.
like for Naughty Dog for some years. Like he did like
But
The
that
Last of
can't be
Us.
right. Because if you stay with the company for a long time, you get loyalty points and show that you're dedicated. And obviously having dedication is better than having better pay. At least that's what they say to justify my low pay income. Is that I build loyalty with the company for job security. It's almost like that's complete bullshit they tell you to excuse poor shit behavior and to justify them paying low wages to a mass amount of workers for even more work for what they're paying. You know what I mean?
No, I get you what you mean. I mean, it also doesn't
Because like
help like
for him to do the Dak and Jester game, and like especially last, like he's been doing this shit for over 10, 20 years, right?
yeah, basically
Or
like
even
20
longer.
years.
So like,
Yeah.
what happened to the loyalty to the company, Tully? I thought that shit was important. It's almost like when you have loyalty for a company, it doesn't mean it has loyalty for you either. It's just, I don't know, man. I just like to call out the dumb bullshit of like, these people fall for the most dumbest shit corporate talk and think it makes sense. Like yeah, it makes sense in terms like, hey, have loyalty for us, that's good. And it's like, oh yeah, it could have loyalty for me back, except for the fact that there is literally nothing keeping them to a decent human rights standard. No company. Zero. They ain't shit. That's why most jobs out there are shitty, because back in the good old days, quote unquote, good old days. I'm just saying that for like the memeage, not saying it was actually the good old days. Back like when they used to say that type of shit to get you on board, and like you wanna know what the difference is, Tully? Back when they used to say it compared when they say it now, they actually did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's even an interesting story. Like, okay, again, I'm a bit of a like Tomb Raider fan. So, fun fact about like a good portion, like, okay, um, apparently the entirety of the original team behind the first Tomb Raider game, without exaggeration, I'm not saying this as some like weird thing. They're millionaires right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt
Um,
it.
Oh yeah, no, like so. But here's the thing: it wasn't just because like, oh, we made a couple of Tomb Raider games. No, apparently, just making the one Tomb Raider game. What happened? What they did was, so here's I think like the problem. And again, I'm not sure like 100%. And all that. Um. So here's the thing that confuses me is games are at the highest in terms of like profits.
Profit, yeah, I know.
Like,
One of the
they
most
make
profitable industry in the entire world, yeah. And quality
yeah
is
the
going
most
down on games. The workforce are always dropping more and more people. Yeah, I wonder why. It's almost like because CEOs just worry about profit only and constantly maximizing more and more profit as much as humanly possible, and not actually gives a shit about the media they're working in, the medium. It's almost like they're
yeah
just using the fact that gamers are, wanting to escape from reality and just have fun and just see that as a ticket. They don't give a shit. There's a reason why right now, currently, AAA games are the most dog shit studios, and that indie games are what. For the love of God, Tony, I'm playing Palworld, dude. I need to say more. Right?
Yeah.
Like Palworld, like it's great, but also at the same time, it's terrible because it is proof of how shit everything is right now. Palworld is is proof that you get my point. Like Palworld proves the issue in gaming right now, where massive studios don't do anything and they know they can get away with it because they have a brand, and then you have these small indie developers. To be fair, I would say I kind of don't want to count Palworld as a small indie development team personally, because they did invest like what is potentially like millions into this game. So, like, I wouldn't call that indie, but it's, you know, I mean, like a relatively unknown
It's not indie,
studio.
but it's not like triple A.
Yeah.
I think what you'll count it as is double A, which is
Double
you
A.
know.
By the way, remember how that game that came out recently that is being called the first ever quadruple A game, and it was the biggest dog shit that had ever came out?
Which one?
Oh, what do you mean, which one? I thought there was. Wait, there's been more people like trying to claim they're the first quadruple A.
Yeah, that's apparently now a new term. Quadruple A.
Yeah, I remember it started with this pirate game Voice Critical covered. I didn't look too much into it because I wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
And the sheer audacity to call it a quadruple A game just makes it like I don't ever want to check it out, because at that point, you didn't make a quadruple A game. You just wanted to make yourself sound like you're higher quality to get people in. Honestly, you know what I think we should do when it comes to quality? Like, first off, like, can we just talk about how quadruple, triple, like all those like big buzzwords for quality game doesn't mean jack shit anymore? Like, they have been proven to, like, at this point have been proven to literally just be how big the company is, not the actual quality of the game, where they used to mean the quality of the game.
Yeah.
I feel like that shouldn't be a thing anymore. Like, you shouldn't be a quadruple A game or a quad game, whatever you want to call it now, because your size of your company. No, you should be called that based off the quality. So it should be we, the gamers and people, give it those titles. And I don't want to say critics, because at the same time, like, Tully, when was the last time a critic gave a good review?
There have been some decent critics.
Listen,
I think
because you found a single needle in a haystack, alright, doesn't mean the haystack is full of needles.
Fair enough, but then at that point, you might as well just call it like a needle stack and not even a haystack at that point.
Yeah, exactly. Like, shit, man. I'm just saying, like, when it comes to like the majority of review, like especially like the stuff I'm talking about, usually you're gonna need a large scale, amount of people, reviewing the games, and to like rate it. And the issue is the current large scale, when it comes to the critics that we have right now, completely failed at that job in every sense of the word, because they're almost always wrong, and they're very obviously there to like rage bait people into clicking for reviews, and to also being paid off by the said companies they're reviewing. That's just an example of what I mean, where I just have an issue with it, where it's just obviously just not good. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I feel like the current state of gaming is pathetic, and it definitely personally pissed me off more than the average person, due to the fact that it was a passionate job I wanted to pursue, but kind of got it robbed from me due to the circumstance of life. So they just see people.
Hold on. I think you could still pursue it. I don't know.
Not in for a very long time, if I do. For me to pursue it is not in my near future. I wouldn't say it would be in the next 10 years at the current like pace of my life.
Maybe 10 years, but maybe 10 years. That's doable though.
Shit, man, and not even counting the fact that I'm going to be paying off this college debt too, that I don't get any benefit of having. You know, like, oh yeah, you college debt, but you got your college degree, right? No, no. Sadly, you know, circumstances like make sure that screwed me over too. So I'm stuck with a debt with zero of the benefits of the debt.
Well,
Wow,
why not go to community college where that you don't get any debt?
I I'm pretty sure you still need a scholarship for that.
You can get
Yeah,
you
and
can
that's
get like something called FAFSA. FAFSA
yeah,
actually
that's
like
the debt I'm paying.
what?
Yeah, that's the debt I'm paying.
No, FAFSA is not a loan. It is a scholarship. They give it to practically everybody. Are you breathing in this general direction? Bam, FAFSA.
I remember the one I got is maybe it's like FAFSA and Bensa, but the debt I'm currently having is the government debt to help you go to college. I think I had
I
FAFSA and maybe this on top of it. It has been like many years since I did it, to be fair, so I'm probably not remember the exact, but maybe I'm thinking of Pell Grant too. I think that's like
Yeah, no, the Pell
um
Grant is free. That they don't you don't you don't ever pay it back. That is a thing that like if you so much as just breathe in the general direction, you get it. But the only thing is like subsidized loans that gets a little
maybe
bit
that
like
one.
iffy.
Yeah. Anyways, I did the all the shit I could and got all the free I good, and that's what I'm paying off with someone like the other. I think maybe everything I got was through the government. I will say that. Like that's how I was able to pay it all off, and that's who I'm owing money to. Is loan through the
Honestly,
government.
need you to like I'm not trying to say that you're lying, but I genuinely want to see like your FAFSA account. I am dead serious. I want to look it over with you on what like scholarships and
All right.
loans you owe.
We would definitely have to do that later.
Oh yeah, obviously not now while you're streaming because you know.
My main issue I
But
have is the fact that Joe Biden finally, was able to get a student loan forgiveness, and the only student loan forgiveness it affected were people who were about to finish paying off their student loan to begin with, which are people who've been paying for over 10 years. And I'm just saying, if you're
yeah,
paying your student loans for over 10 years, likelihood is almost done. So it doesn't even
yeah,
really affect you. Like, oh yes, you saved like what, $200? Maybe extra 1,000 after 10,000, like, oh yes, I think maybe you saved on some interest there, buddy. Like, don't get me wrong, that's nice for them, but it's just like, oh yes, I love it. Also, some of the people who've been shit talking like the forgiveness for anyone is the most brain-rotted people I legitimately want to bash with their skull and with a hammer because they're saying some dumbass shit, and obviously they ain't using the thing in their skull, so who it wouldn't make a difference if they get bashed in, all right? And it's just like, oh well, oh wow, this is unfair. I have to pay for someone who went to school and couldn't pay it off and fail. Wow, what an idiot, and blah blah blah. All this dumb shit trying to make it like, yeah, I'm paying for them to go to school, and it's like, jackass. First off, what's the point of taxes? Is to pay for shit like that. We're one of the few countries in the world that you have to pay copious amount of money to go to school. This shit is already baked into other social systems in other countries. So the reason why we're supposed to pay for it to begin with, because that's part of the social aspects. You know what I mean? Like, totally, what other country has to pay for schooling like we do in the U.S.?
uh, not really anybody else.
Like two, maybe?
maybe two, but
Like, we're running one of the very few. Very, very few. And don't even get me started on the goddamn healthcare. Alright, do I even need to mention the healthcare, Tully? We don't even get that. Not only that, but also we're gonna talk about how lately, like, it's been reported there are missing millions upon millions of dollars in, like, in our defense budget. That recently reported.
yeah.
And, like, in our, our military budget. All these other budgets that we paid for. So, like, oh no, we paid a couple $1 million into student forgiveness for some people that qualify. Versus just the money straight up disappears. What about all the money we're paying our politician to do jack shit? Why aren't you
No,
guys caring
I
about
agree.
that? We're gonna get pissy that we're doing student loan forgiveness, to help us, or you ain't gonna get pissy about when the money disappears. You ain't gonna get pissy when the money is being used to, like, pay for people who ain't doing shit for the country. God damn, how
Mm.
deeply do you have Donald Trump's dick in your mouth? Alright, that's what I want to ask some of these people. You're not gonna, he's not gonna think you're his long lost son. I'm sorry, alright? He ain't gonna put your name on Trump Tower. Which I'm surprised, by the way, he haven't said he would do for some of his supporters. Low key. Trump, man, pay me for your, like, repertoire, because apparently I know how to... I'm telling you, these people would want that, alright? Like, tell me, Tilly, do you think some of these hardcore Donald Trump, like, the lunar trip would, like, pay probably hundreds of thousands of dollars to get their name on his tower? With how radical these people are? I mean, these people are so radical, they attack the White House, so I'm pretty sure they would pay for that. What do you think?
I mean, the whole thing is just really
Oh, can we talk
stupid.
about how Trump supporters are just blatantly saying there was no insurrection? There was no attack on the White House. No, that was just a protest. But yet, when you have people protesting for Palestine, that's a violent, like, you. Like, you know what I find funny, Tilly? The same
Mm.
people that would call what happened with Trump and the protests there to be a protest and not violent are the same people that would call the Black Lives Matter shit violent. Which, by the way, I'm not saying that shit wasn't violent. I think they're both were violent, you know? But to sit there and call one and the other violent and not violent, I think is very hypocritical. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, the whole
And by the
thing
way,
is
let me
just
rephrase
really.
when I talk about, like, which protests I'm talking about with the Black Lives Matter violent. Is, like, some of them where you just blatantly have, like, stores getting raided. Like, some of the cities had been shut down. Like, those which are very blatantly violent. Though, I will say, though, and I will always say this, the people who were violent, though, protesters weren't there to protest. They were just using the protest as a skies to be violent. Which I wish people talk about. I wish you're able to separate the actual cause and what son of a bitches are just using the cause to further their own violent goals under the guise of protest, which is why I don't generally like violent protesters. You get a lot of gray area and people who are willing to abuse them.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like. Because you set precedent to use that stuff as a shield. And that's where I think it becomes dangerous. You know, I don't know. I just don't like having any form of radical bullshit. Or a chance for more radical bullshit. But, like, anything that can be used as another excuse to be more radical and dangerous, I'm very cautious about. Just like I said, there will always be someone who will abuse it. And I feel, and with the nature of these ways to abuse it, it's more extreme than typical ways to abuse, you know? Like, more lives can be put in matter versus someone just abusing it to make a little bit more extra money. So it's a complicated thing. I just don't... See, another thing I have issue with the world currently is the fact that everyone's so divided on their sides and trying to prove that they're right and the other side is wrong and there is no middle ground. The fact is, that's not how we should be doing things. It really, like, the way we should be doing things should just be screw what side is right and wrong. Who cares about side? We should just be trying to bring in the best possible solution to everything. Why do I have to pick a side that has downsides to it instead of just taking from both sides that have from the goods from both? Obviously, every system has a positive and every system has a negative. Why don't we combine the positives with the other positive and leave behind the negative? Do you see my point?
Yeah.
Like, is that not the smart thing to do? Is that not the best course of action? You would think it is, but I don't know. That's why I'm kind of like in the stance that I am, where I'm kind of like like more central when it comes to political shit. Is I just pick whatever sides is better at the moment. Because sometimes, let's be honest, both sides can have bad. Sometimes some of the people on each side can just be extremely just shit. Um, I don't know. You have an example? Like, what do you think was the worst time to be on the right and worst time to be on the left? That's a fun
All
question.
depends. Like I don't know it because the thing is that it's not all like
Let me
one versus another like
rephrase.
one.
What do you think have like been the worst on each like worst candidate on each side just throughout the history? I'm just curious. That
Like
makes sense. Like pretty sure you would say on the I think Democrat is what Trump is, right? I always confuse the two.
no, what?
Okay, Republican.
No.
I'm bad with names. All right, I'm bad with names.
I know, but
Yeah,
you gotta be very careful though. Like so Republicans have kind of been worse for like I don't know 50 years at this point.
yeah. But like for example, who would like Trump? I'm pretty sure you think would be the worst on the Republican side in
Yeah.
that, or I don't know. Who was shit. Who was it? Was it Bill Clinton? Wasn't he the one that was kicked out?
Bill Clinton was Democratic.
Yeah, no, but I'm trying to like finish what I'm saying. Wasn't he the one that was kicked out?
There was a process of impeachment, but he didn't officially get
Who
kicked out,
was there?
no.
Someone that was kicked out. I'm trying to remember.
No one was like officially kicked.
Oh, okay,
So,
so everyone
Ronald
has been very close.
No, no. Yeah, like because no president wants to be the first one to have done so. Like usually whenever
Yeah,
the first one to be impeached was
Reagan.
Nixon.
Oh, Nixon.
No, Nixon.
Oh, the
Because of
one
the
with the
Watergate scandal.
with his like speech. You know that
Yeah,
has
well, because of the Watergate scandal, and the thing is, he really did not want to be like the first to be
uh,
like he was the first to be impeached, but not like officially
weird side note.
like
I feel
brought
like
out.
Reagan has the best voice of any candidate or president we ever had. I'm gonna be honest.
Are you sure you're talking? I think you're talking. Nixon is the
Wait,
one who
Nixon. I meant to
goes.
say. I meant to say Nixon, not Reagan. My bad. I've
Yeah,
confused
Reagan
for some
is
reason. I confused both their names. I don't know why I confused those two names, but I did meant to say Nixon
because they were like around the like
at the same time.
middle.
Yeah, like I know the
Yeah.
difference between the people. It's just like names is where I often cross a name, which is probably due to the autism, where I just confuse names. Like I remember actions and faces a bit better, especially like
Hmm.
voices. Core thing I remember, like when it comes to like names, that's where it's just like a little iffy. Right, there's already so much fact to remember. Right? I don't have time to remember names for everything. But I don't, yeah, go on. What were you saying? Though?
So. Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to help a coworker with something for a moment. Hold on, I will need 5 minutes.
All right.
Da-da-da-da. Um,
Oh, side note, can we just talk about how like I just wish we can have Obama again? He was pretty good.
He was pretty good, but I guess the only issue is that you end up having like a weird not convo per se, but it's a weird like pseudo debate about like hey, if everybody like so um I mean, the problem is you can't have like a president on for like more than
Yeah, I know one
like
president set that record because before that wasn't a thing, but now it is. Um, but yeah, I'm just saying. I know you can't have them more for 2 terms, but I'm pretty sure most people wouldn't bitch if we had like Obama. Like I feel like he was just a safe answer. The only issue with Obama is he had the right ideas. He just kind of failed a bit on his execution. Like Obamacare, that was a really good idea. The execution was so
Yeah.
good, but I give him a medal in participation.
Yeah.
Alright, I let her have him than what we've been going through, alright? And it's like, you're pretty chill, dude. At least you tried. Here's some gold medal. You did the standard, not be a piece of shit. You know what? I respect that. How about you? Or Bernie. Bernie's the only old guy I would take.
Yeah.
The only issues I heard he was communist, like unironically like communism.
Socialist, but that's different.
Okay, see, I gotta since I know there's a
Yeah,
difference between the two, but I also
no,
heard a
yeah, no,
lot of people just say that no, he wasn't socialist. He was straight up bit of a communist. I would have.
I feel like I would need to verify that personally
Yeah,
because I
definitely.
have
It could have just been people shit talking him because I'm pretty sure if you ever have anything socialist, you can call it a communist.
basically because so again the problem is that unfortunately if you are like, oh hey, I am moderately a socialist, everybody and their grandmama, like having grown up in the 1950s during the
You communist
like
sons of
Red
bitches.
Scare, basically, I mean, they're like, oh my goodness, they're all communists, which look, I can understand some of the fear, like, trust me, that is a legitimate concern to have. However, it, this is gonna sound a bit weird, but not weird, but you know when you have people who say that they're like part of a movement, and originally it's a nice movement, or
Yeah, and then the movement get hijacked by a bunch of jackasses that ruin it.
basically,
Kind of like
yeah,
the Black
and
Lives Matter movement and what I was talking about earlier, personally, in my opinion, with how so many people was saying they were part of the movement and then they proceeded to raid stores and break into stores and steal a bunch of shit during the protests, which just made them look bad, which was not a good thing. Like I said, the movement was good. A lot of people who were taking part of it was a lot of bad apples. And I think that's how, I would say it. That's just my opinion on it.
mm,
Like I said, I liked the movement. It was pretty good. Yeah, definitely. Black lives doesn't matter. There's a lot of systemic racism. But, why is robbing the convenience store and owned by a black guy is gonna help? That's why, and I ain't just saying that, oh, yeah, racist stereotypes. No, there was, legitimately that was happening in a lot of towns. Not in everyone. There was just a couple. I believe it was only a couple, right? That would happen. And it was those couples I'm saying, it's hey, those are bad apples. Can we call those out so we can, and the reason why I'm on the top, can we call those people out, is that because if they disassociate them, obviously the people against the movement will have less things to talk about. Because obviously, I'm pretty sure we all heard this when it comes to that movement, which is, oh, they're just a bunch of bad people who just steal and so on. Yeah, blah blah blah. They don't. Oh, they're just thieves, criminals that are in this movement. You heard that?
yeah,
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 and the reason for it is because, like I said, if you try to call these people out, you just get called racist and so on. And it's just well, actually, if you, instead of calling those people racist for calling them out, it's no, jackass, they're not part of this group. There are bad people who are just pretending to be. And then you know what I mean? You take away their power to to discredit the movement. And this is just any movements in general, good and bad. Honestly, would take one group I always shit talk, the Catholic Church. Remember those people? Remember those guys? You know how, first off, did you hear what happened recently with the current priest, priest that was, in big, talk? That made waves with
mm,
his his, where he's talked about if a woman got raped and she was wearing shorts, he would let the, rapist go free.
yeah. No, I heard about that. Okay, yeah, I didn't know which
Yeah.
thing you were talking
Um,
about.
instead of, kicking that guy out, like you should, revoking his power in the community, like you should, because what he said is beyond unhinged and bad and creepy. They just made him say like shitty like apology, and that was it. I didn't even announce what.
Yeah.
I didn't even just like, hey, yeah, we don't agree with that. It's like, we're sorry. Ooh, the
Yeah.
devil made me say something bad. And it's just like, okay, like if the Catholic Church actually was on top of shit like that, it's like, no, we don't agree with some of the like what that dude just said was completely unhinged, was uncalled for. We are removing his position because obviously he is not spreading the word of God, and he is spreading some hateful shit that is, honestly, I personally think if there was anything that was said that was more Satan like or a Satanist, would probably be the, yeah, we support racist type of logic. I'd say it would be that one. And yeah, they don't denounce that guy. And if they did that more often, Tully, would you have like? Do you think you would have as many problems with the Catholic Church? And I'm pretty sure you have some gripes with them, right? No, I ain't the
I
only one.
mean, yeah, I'm some,
All right,
yeah.
would you find them a lot more respectable if they did shit like that, which is like call out the bad in their communities instead of trying to
Yeah.
cover it up? And that's what I'm talking about, is that mentality. Like, people need to do that more, man. But they don't.
Yeah.
Because what it's all about is like, you can never admit any wrong, or you're a piece of shit. And like, I mean, not a piece of shit. Like, you can't ever admit any wrong because like ego. Honestly, your side must be perfect, even though nobody's perfect. No side is perfect.
I
And
mean, no is perfect, but it does feel like a lot of times there are opportunities for them to do something good, and they
don't.
kind of, yeah.
Well, I'm mostly just talking about on the sense of when you don't call out. Most of the time, it's due to pride and ego. Because, like I said, you can never be wrong, and for you admit to be wrong, that would hurt your pride. You have to admit someone else was right. You're wrong, and it doesn't help that also a lot of people would grow about it by being right and you're wrong, and then use that against you to like why they will always be right now, even though they could also be
Yeah.
wrong. So there's a lot of ego issue in us as a people when it comes to this shit. So to be fair, I will say there is a kind of valid defense reason to why we're like this in terms of like psychological, like why we're kind of bred to be like this in our psyche, is due to the fact that we're also dicks and we're a lot of assholes around us.
Yeah.
So yeah. So God, this is a weird rant I'm going. But
No, it's fine.
yeah. Anyways, what were we saying before that little rant about like calling out like, oh yeah, we talked about Bernie when it comes to yeah, you know what you mean, like, yeah, the comedy, like, I'm pretty sure he probably is a socialist. You're probably right. Just a lot of people saying he was also like a straight up communist, so I had to like make sure and
The
address
problem
that.
is that if you declare, "Hey, I am a democratic socialist," or a democrat who has socialist beliefs. Okay, so here's a fun fact that is unfortunately pretty sad. Out
Ooh.
there outside of the US, you know how like everybody thinks that on the spectrum that the Democrats and Republicans are vastly different?
Yeah, that's how
Yes and
U.S. is seen
no.
as the
They're
same.
well, I mean, like in the US, well, I mean because okay, outside of the US, they have like multi-party systems. In fact,
Yeah.
some places they don't even have a party system because they kind of feel like, "Hey, this seems a bit like eh."
Mhm.
But
Also, I will say when
uh
it comes to social, this is like a really like small side point. I do mean really small. It doesn't help when it
mm,
comes to the socialist type of things. When you try to convince people to be socialists, you got people like Hassan being the face of that, and I
yeah.
think you know the issue with that. All right, but go on.
Very, very much so. It's not even just him. It's people like
Oh, I'm just
Destiny,
saying, like,
Fosh,
well,
Hassan.
but Destiny, he's socialist.
Yeah,
Wait, why not? Oh,
yes.
wait. That's ironic because isn't Destiny and Hassan beefing extremely hard all the time? Oh, that's
They
hilarious.
beef so that they can have the higher ground in who
All
is
right.
the better socialist.
I would have to check out Destiny again. I haven't seen much from him. I have seen very little. Like, I
Mm,
have seen something that seemed a little off. Like,
mm.
I think was the think the whole like divorce thing where it just seems to be a little weird
It,
with
it
how
was a
some of it's
little
going.
bit weird.
At the
Yeah,
same
I
time,
will.
hearing some of his story where it's just like, oh yeah, his life just straight up left him, so I feel like he's justified in just like straight up not wanting to like support that. It's just like honestly, like there was one thing he said that stuck with me. It's like that's fair, which is she decided to run with a younger man that made her feel better. So okay, fine, be with him if he makes you feel better. But that
Okay,
means he's
that's
gonna support you, and like I'm not, like like I'm cutting it off. Like I'm paraphrasing the shit out of that. I'm gonna be honest,
okay. That
like
that's fine.
extreme like I'm
I
pretty sure he said it more bluntly and in a different way, but that's how I
mm,
remember, which is just boiled down to, all right, fine, be with them, but like shit,
yeah.
don't look for me for sympathy. If things go wrong.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Well, so the problem is you have people like Vosh. I'm dead serious. Vosh is also a
I don't know who
socialist
Boss
as
is.
well. Uh,
Sorry, so I'm not in the socialist scene.
oh,
Go
wait,
ahead.
wait. You literally were talking about him for an entire week.
Wait, okay,
The
maybe I.
lolly dude.
Oh, I don't know his name. I just know he's the lolly dude.
Yes,
See,
yes, the guy who opened up the horse folder with lollies.
yeah, okay, never mind. See, I never heard of him before that. I just thought it was ironic that you. And the reason, it's not even the fact that he opened up the lolly thing. Like, if it was just been another guy who opened up a lolly folder on stream, that would have been one thing. It's the fact that apparently he was one of the biggest anti, like, pedophiles out there and lolly people.
Just that, it's that literally he went on about like, we have to be better in having social like reforms to protect like the destitute and disadvantaged, yet he is literally okay with that,
Well,
and like
I thought was weird is
okay with
from
Wally.
what I'm being told is he calls a lot of people a pedophile, like, readily, as a way to like to win an argument. Which, by the way, I hate people like that completely because that just disingenuous is just shit.
It's
And
yeah,
also,
yeah.
it's just like you're trying to have the moral high ground instead of actually, like, we say that the person he's debating is a pedophile at the end of the day. If the pedophile said the sky is blue, Tully, does that make the pedophile wrong on that point?
No, I mean,
No,
I
but he's a
understand like where. Oh no, I know where you're coming from because like trust me,
at the end of the
it's
day,
the
I don't.
same.
If the pedophile said the sky is blue, I don't. And you're saying it's purple, like I don't get me wrong. The pedophile is a piece of shit. I don't like him, but I'm sorry, buddy. But a pedophile is like he got one on you. If anything, that should be more of an insult on you. If a pedophile can see something as right and you can't, bro, I think this stuff might be wrong with you. No, if
No, I know. It's just the problem is that you have like people who are claiming to be
socialist who
spokesper.
are not.
Well, claiming to be socialist, claiming to like look. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't think Hassan is a socialist, no
Hell
matter
no,
what
this
he
son of a
says.
bitch is out here talking about drag the rich from their homes and paint the street red with their blood. And here they are buying a multi-million-dollar house and car on a whim.
Yeah, basically.
He often, like, not even just that he did that, alright? Fine, you got money from your platform. Obviously you want to spend it. That's okay. But here you have people who are in similar position doing the same exact shit, spending money on a lot of things. And here you are calling them a piece of shit for spending money that they don't need to spend on. It's like, oh, they bought this luxury item. Oh, they're a piece of shit. They could have just gave that to people to help them. Why aren't you doing that? Calling out people for being pieces of shit for not supporting their, like, doing this or that for their workers. But here they are not paying his mods or editors. The same way. There's nothing stopping him. And that's where I say is the thing I have an issue where people point out, like, the thing he wants to implement, he could do too, but he's not, and there's nothing stopping him from implementing it. So if you believe in the cause so much, why don't you use them as an example? Do these business things you want people to do. Pay them in a socialist way that is fair, and then show that as proof to how, like, look, my business is perfectly running fine and operating perfectly with the same model that I'm preaching about. So this is why you should do it too. But he's not. And then if you call him out, you're a genocidal piece of shit, pedophile, deranged, like every buzzword he can come up with on the spot. And you see this all the time. And one of the most this is one of the most unforgivable thing I have seen for Hassan that made me just hate him ever since I saw him, which is someone
Yeah.
who was trans disagreed with one of his takes, and it was not in a bad way. Like it's kind of like, hey, listen, I don't like how you're doing these trans debate and just platforming these people. I don't think you're doing too much of a great job. If I was in position, I
Mm.
would like, listen, man, I'm trying my best to help you guys. I'm sorry you feel that way. Maybe tell me how you think I'm failing, and we can talk about it there, or just say, just like I just disagreed. But no, instead of talking, he just attacked them as a person. First off, said the most, what I think is the most anti-trans thing you could say, which is you're just a trans person. What do you know? And so on. And we're talking about how he wished their life was as pathetic and terrible as it is now and forever will be like that. Which is just like the most
Yeah.
unhinged shit over, hey, I just don't agree with what you're doing, my man. Can you please stop? I feel like you're hurting my the cause you're trying to defend. At that
Yeah,
point,
no, I mean, I so I used to be a fan of Hassan only because the
Angie Tate.
problem was, huh?
He was railing Andrew Tate. We all love that moment.
Oh yeah, no,
But the
Andrew
power
Tate
got to
is
his head.
well,
But Tilly, are we gonna
yeah.
let that as the bar? He was able to outsmart Andrew Tate. Is that the bar, Tully?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't just the Andrew Tate thing. So apparently he was actually able to platform against uh like what was it? Like a couple of like really weird right-wing people. And I think the problem is that unfortunately on the platform everybody is trying to be the grifter of a movement just so
Yep.
that they can have um the most people. Maybe they don't even like believe in what they say, and it's genuinely disheartening. And even if they do, it feels like they've lost the meaning of anything behind what was once said.
By the way, real quick, which
um
side is Hassan on with the Palestine shit?
he's on the side of Palestine.
Okay,
Why?
fast. I just want to double check.
Yeah.
I mean, when he's talking about, because like obviously whenever I heard him talking about, he's talking about like Gaza and someone else, like letter organization. I can't remember the exact letter. I don't remember the names of who on what exactly.
mm
And
mm
honestly, sometimes it's just hard to know. That's what I say is tough about that situation. And why I said I just don't like. I don't want to get into it too much because, like I said, I'm not an expert on it, and I will never claim to be. And anything I ever, I would never make statements on who is the right and wrong, or how stuff happened, because obviously I don't know much and I can never verify it. All I know is there's some genociding going on, from what I'm being told, and yeah, it's just sad. There's loss of life. That is the take I had. There's loss of life. There's a war going on or a fight going on, and from what I'm being told, Palestine is being genocided. Uh,
yeah.
I'm not saying that is wrong. I'm just saying like those that is the gist of information I get. And there's a
Yeah.
lot of things that is hard to understand because, like I said, there's so many conflicted information, and if you try to say anything or learn more or inquire about more, you get called every buzzword in the book. And like I said, I just wasn't sure exactly what, because like I said, I hear, oh, missiles shot from this side. Well, actually, it was them or this or that. They blew up their own place. It's like, oh shit. Like,
It does get very not great
yeah,
trying
it's
to
very
figure out
muddy.
what is going on. It is very muddy. I think what is important is to try to look at verified like
And
sources.
that's where I
Look
have
at
issue with
like
Sean. He doesn't
mm,
verify his shit. And this is what the whole Willie Mack show thing was all about. Even if his son is right, which by the way, he's been proven to be wrong on many of the statements he has said, but we say that he's right on the right side, but he's just saying a lot of wrong information. You're hurting your own cause. You're hurting your own cause a lot, because now whenever you say misinformation or say things that are just blatantly untrue for your cause, you're pretty much personally going out and handing your enemies a ticket to disregard everything you say and anyone on your side. Because if they were already against you, they're gonna be more against you, because what you just said was wrong. And you know what? I feel like a lot of these people, and another issue too is like, Tilly, wait, what? You're left, right? You say you're left leaning?
Guess? Yeah.
All right. So you're left leaning, or you like what do you say you're on as a political field for this example I'm about to make?
Oh, social. I mean, I don't know. Again, it's very weird because the problem is, okay. One thing that I wanted to demonstrate is that, so here's something kind of funny that multiple people have pointed out outside of the U.S. is that the left in the U.S. is
To a certain
relative,
point.
like in comparison to other countries, is not that left leaning as
Other
in their
countries.
countries. Yeah,
Oh, that's funny.
which
So
I'm
you're
not
saying
trying.
our wokeness is pretty conservative.
Yeah, actually,
That's
I'm dead
I kind
serious.
of find that funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, so that's why it's kind of weird for me to if I say that I am left. The problem is I live in the U.S. and would it be in context for me? So I don't know.
All right,
I
and the
don't like
U.S.
labeling.
politics. That's what I'm talking about. What are you on the political side of the U.S.?
Again, that gets kind of weird because in comparison, here are a couple of issues that I have.
All right,
The
all right.
Democratic Party is incredibly performative.
What do you mean performative?
Okay, so when you had like the Black Lives Matter movement in full swing and people were protesting right outside of the White House and like let me make this very clear. I was also like in support of said protest and I even like got footage and was like a part of it. It was actually relatively calm. It
Yeah,
wasn't like violent or anything like that. Um
and those are good. I like
th-
those. I
yeah.
yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
like
no,
those. I think
there
those are
was even a
usually good.
moment where like again because I was recording just I wasn't trying to record for like on behalf of anybody or anything like that. I was recording to like preserve in my own memory and other stuff. And also potentially it might go online. I don't know exactly what I did with the footage. I will admit I'm
If you
not
haven't posted it before, I wouldn't post it now since it's like kind of old.
yeah.
If anything, I
Well,
might just
yeah.
put a target on your back.
Yeah, no. That's understandable. Again, I only posted like certain things as a way to help like preserve for my own memory, and it was interesting. A couple people were asking like, "Hey, like, who are you report? Like, what are you recording for?" They basically, I made sure to like ask for consent and whatnot. Like, I would go around like asking, "Hey, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about this?" And
Yeah.
multiple people wanted to ask me like, "Oh, well, who are you like on behalf of?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, I'm not for anybody. I'm just like a regular person. I'm trying to just do this for my own records."
By the way,
And a couple like,
I want to like
hmm?
say real quick that one of my issue with that side when you go to those people like people who tend to do that is when they have issue being recorded like that in a public space where it's perfectly fine and legal. If anything, you want it to be dictate like recorded to like show their cause and so on, but yet they get very defensive like that. I just always find weird because to me that just feels like you're trying to do something wrong, and or that you don't want people to know it's you, which feels
No,
odd.
no. I can kind of see where they're coming from. It's not that they think that they are doing anything wrong. It's that so what they're basically asking is like, hey, are you basically a news organization that has a political leaning already to then clip me out of context? That's basically what they're asking.
I mean,
And
for
not just that, but also I'm not like recording out like I so what I'm doing is I'm coming up to the people and asking, "Hey, what is your opinion on this?" And then asking permission for me to record. I'm not asked like that's basically the thing.
yeah.
Um
The only reason why I'm even saying something somewhat is just because I'm tired of like seeing all those. Like for example, you know how you might have performers who just sit in a mall and play a piano,
Oh yeah,
and
no,
then
no,
you have
that's
random
different.
people cut my ears like, "Oh, you got me on camera. I didn't consent." Blah blah, and like get very aggressive. Like,
Yeah, no. I know exactly who, like, even who you're talking about. Actually,
yeah.
that's
I'm
kind
not
of
even just talking
interesting.
about like that case, and I'm just talking about like people like that in general. Is just like, but say that you were going around recording, ask people questions and shit. I obviously if they don't want to be interviewed, you just okay go on. But you got some people who go like even further and aggressive, follow you around, make sure you can't interview anybody. You see that sometimes. Like to me, even if that's like your opposing side, you're just making your like oh I don't want to be like sewn out of context. You're making it even worse for yourself at the same time because now here you are making yourself look like a jackass and being aggressive,
No,
and it just makes
I
things
agree.
worse.
I guess it's just the thing that I am trying to be. I mean, no, I get that. I mean, there were okay. This is just my own like separate example. So back in college, my 4-year university, not my community college, we had an assignment in making like a story, almost like a map with a story attached. And
Yeah.
I wanted to make like because hey, I'm going into animation. I wanted to make like um a set of like small little photographs of people going into buses
Mhm.
and coming out of like because like and having that those little flip books attached to parts of a map that I like made, and that was actually a cute thing. It was cute. It was nice. But I remember like distinctly a couple people were very weirded out by it. I wasn't trying to. I kept telling them, "Hey, I'm not putting this online or anything like that. I'm not like." They made it seem like I was basically trying to record them and put it up on social media, and it has their face every. There was this one lady in particular who like saw me do that. Then she came up to me and was trying to block my camera.
Yeah, see, those are what I'm talking about. That I don't like. Like, say, I ain't saying you shouldn't go around asking. Like, obviously, that is like that's just being polite. I have nothing wrong with that. I'm talking about the pieces of shit that just go around and just straight up like block your camera without even asking. You know what I mean? Like just being that aggressive. It's like, bro, you were not doing anything wrong. Now you're just being a dickhead. I don't like it. Also, just for
Really
the
hard to. Hmm? Oh,
just because we're talking about political shit, I want to like test something on Twitch. I want to put in playing Power while talking about politics in the title, and I want to see what would happen. So I'm letting you know. All right, if we get like an
I don't know.
influx, my theory worked. All right, but anyways, go on.
Well, I
Voting
mean,
for you
it
in the
was
morning.
very bizarre, and it made me feel like really, really, really bad. And again, I wasn't trying to do anything weird. I wasn't trying to be weird. Like to this day, I know that I am like uwu quirky.
I mean, not
But
really. All right.
shut up.
The
I try
animatronic get
very
kind of
hard every day.
quirky at night.
What?
I say the animatronic get a little quirky at night.
I'm trying to think.
How you just being
Look, I am. Look, I make my coworkers laugh when I tell them that uh, it's fine. My
what,
shenanigans are funny to them.
what like accidentally gluing like glass to your hand and being in immense pain?
Oh, I didn't tell them about that one. That would have been actually more hilarious. About like
Yeah,
how
I
so
I
a
wouldn't
couple
call that
times
quirky. I call that just being dumb.
no,
Yeah, quirky word, I guess.
I was trying to like give like a demonstration of how like I am very accident prone, but also like very nervous about things to the point where if I go on a seesaw, I'm just like, oh, I have to be careful now. And apparently that made a couple of my coworkers like bawl out tear, like they are laughing, crying, like they are like you could have given any other example and you chose a seesaw. Uh,
I mean, that is a bit random. I've been
I
on a
mean,
seesaw one time, and that one when I was a little lad.
and then
And
another
I was
thing
like,
was like when
I don't get what's so appealing about this.
what about seesaws?
Yes,
It's just a motion thing.
like I said, as a little lad, I looked at that and I was like, this seems stupid.
No offense, but you're autistic, okay?
And that's what's even worse. It's so like the whole appeal. You could say like, oh yeah, maybe an autistic person might find like going up and down a little fun. Nah, man, you can't even get the appeal of an autistic person, man. And that's an autistic child wasn't interested in that shit. That's worse. So anyways, go on.
What was I gonna say?
We were just talking about like I said, like, they were blocking your camera and shit.
Oh yeah, no, again, this lady was like, for some reason there was a point when like she just didn't believe me, and I was like, no, I'm like an art student. I'm trying to do like I tried to explain to her like the thing, and she just seemed like dumbfounded, almost like she was trying to like the voices are in the walls, Jimmy. The voices are in the walls.
I mean, the voices do be a little
Oh, jeez. No, I mean, it's just, it was a very, weird time, like, I will say. Like, eventually, I think, like, she maybe realized, I mean, obviously, you know,
like
I don't...
Yeah.
She was looking like a goober, and I think maybe she realized that she was potentially embarrassing herself to a degree.
Oh my god.
Like,
they got self-aware. Oh shit.
Well, because there were other people around, and you know, like, this is gonna sound a bit mean, but it's like she was a bigger, heavy set woman.
Oh no.
So you know, kind of like trying to like, I maybe she realized that the optics weren't going great for her, potentially.
She was
But
doing
yeah.
what she shot to destroy, making herself look like a fool.
Yeah, yeah. It was just a little bit of a weird moment, I will say.
Yeah, a little oopsie daisy, if you ask me.
It was a little not cash money.
Yeah, that wasn't very cash money here. But anyways, you know, you want to hear a hot take? You know, I feel like capitalism can work in the way it is, but I feel like I could fix it with probably like one major change. Change our hourly base pay into percent of base pay. Can't speak. So instead of making an hourly wage, you will make wages per, to the percentive of what the business is making, which will directly not
Okay.
only give you like, so first off, now you have a reason to work harder and actually have a reason to be invested in the company you're working in, because your increased workload and the harder work will directly equal more money. So not only there's more incentives for a business perspective for you to give out quality instead of just quantity, and actually make actual good goods. It's more fair. Like honestly, currently, like let's say that the way I say that we should do it, and the way I describe it is we have the company makes say 100% profit. Okay. So you take that
Huh?
100% profit, you always do it basic like this in the basic tier. We have three tiers. We say we have the CEOs at the very top, the management in the middle tier, and the low pay workers in the final bottom tier. We say you got two CEOs, four management, and uh, eight low workers. You divide the 100% into three tier. We say for simplicity, 33% per tier. The CEO would be making roughly about let's see, like 16. I mean, what got him? What is it like 11.5? Right? No, 33. Okay, yeah, never mind. Yeah, it would be 16.5 each. Management will make a management. Each person in the management tiers, this is 4 person, would be making about I think like 8%, like roughly. And then in the tier below that, you get the point. Like it divided evenly between each tier.
Mm.
So obviously, the higher you up on the totem pole in the company in each tier, which has a higher risk because obviously, like a management has higher risk, so they get higher pay, which is what it's supposed to be. Um, so like you still get that, and you still have the high like the more better your job is, the more money you make. But at the same time, the shittier your job, the more you're affected by it personally because you have an increased percentage base. So let's say I make a 1%, right, and you make 1% of profit to $1 and so on. Like say you made a big mistake. Ultimately, that's going to affect me by like a couple pennies, but for a CEO, that might affect you by a couple hundred thousand.
Mm.
I'm like skewing the numbers a lot because obviously I'm like saying it on the spot, but pretty much is you will hit directly with the reward and the downside, so it's more balanced and it gives you more incentive to work harder and get paid directly more for working harder. And on top of that, pay should be more fair and equal. Because honestly, current in the current system of hourlies, CEO is making like majority profit, and then us at the bottom is making like fractions upon fractions of a percent. Like the pay is nowhere near equal. The pay between a basic minimum wage worker to the high end pay CEO is so much higher. It's not even funny. You agree?
Mm.
And that's where I have an
Yeah.
issue with that. And I wanted the system to be more fair in terms of making it more even. And I think going to a percentage based pay would make it more even. It would fix a lot of the abuse in the current system. I don't know. What do you think about that? You think that's true, or you think that's also gonna have issues?
I feel like I need to think on the potential issues because
Yeah.
I think like one like obvious issue is that it sometimes feels like people aren't thinking through the potential pardon me, the potential losses or something like that. I don't know if that makes
Losses of
sense
what?
per se. Mm, well, so there's this weird thing where like people think like, oh, if you were a socialist, then therefore you were a communist. You know what I mean? Where when you
Yeah.
propose like potential ideas and you just want to figure out like, hey, what if we did this or that? But a lot of people, I don't know, sometimes it feels like nobody is like mentioning like on the fly like, hey, how can this be done like potentially better or worse or
Yeah, but what did that have to do with what I was saying?
oh, I just feel like I don't know what could be the downside yet because I
Yeah.
have just heard about this, so
Yeah,
I need to
like
think
no,
on it.
so like think about this. Right, whenever we did work together, it was percentage based and payment for what I get, the work I did, and by the way, I was directly incentivized to help you more and make sure you had the
Mhm.
like as your manager at least. I got incentivized and directly um and promoted to get you not only more work but also higher paying quality work to benefit both
Mhm.
me and you. And like,
Yeah.
would you feel like there was any issue with that or any potential abuse there?
Not that I can think of.
And that's what I'm talking about. At least in that instance, then I was like, hey, put that on a bigger scale. It was still kind of scale. But like I said, percentage, like I said, paying like fit like a certain fixed wage does not scale to direct profit of the company. Like it doesn't scale. Oh yeah, the company made like 1,000% more profit than last year, or millions of dollars more, or billions more than last year. But yet we're paying the exact same amount of wages. It's just like, what? So here, the company is benefiting the only people for all the hard work of the low paid workers, the bulk workforce, is all their hard work and benefit of for the that they cause for the company is just going only to the CEO. Where I propose at least it goes back to the hard workers some, or they will see some form of increased benefit to it. What do you think? Because as the way I see it currently, how much money I would say me versus the CEO of Walmart is he's making like to like how much the company make. I am making like 0.00001%, like even less than that of the total profit. Versus where you have CEOs you're making probably like 20 to 30% of the actual. You get my point?
Mm.
And it's just like the distribution of the pay is not at all like fair. And I think we can all agree with that, right? With the current issue of this current system, distribution of pay is not equal at all or fair at all. Really?
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
mentioned
yeah.
yeah.
All right, yeah, I didn't hear anything. So wouldn't my fix not like be was that what I'm suggesting? Not make it more equal distribution?
Potentially, it could be good, I guess.
Like I said, I don't see the current downside to it to compared to what we have now, and that's what I'm talking about. Because, like I said, what downside is there? Like I said, you get direct, immediate benefits for putting in more, and it directly like benefits. I mean, directly makes it to where you're getting benefited to put in higher quality. Because that's why I say the current issue right now is you can even see this with games right now. Totally, what is the benefit? I mean, what is the current issue with a lot of companies right now?
CEOs are overpaid by 200%.
Not even just that, but let me rephrase like this. Um, Currently, the issue I see is the quality is shit. Like right now, they're promoted to pump out garbage quality at a higher for as most money as possible. Where the whole idea is to post like to put like, oh yeah, you pay more and more for better quality, so you directly get benefited for wanting to make high quality. But no, you get benefited for making low quality, and that's how it is currently. Versus this pay system where directly any quality increase in any area can directly affect you know what I mean? And with the
Mm.
pay being more distributive, the average person has more money, which means the average person can also afford higher quality goods. I don't know. Like, I like this idea a lot. I am definitely open to criticism towards it. I actually kind of want to like think on it some more because I just like it. Like, if I ever run a business or get big enough as like a VTuber or anything wherever I'm doing it, I would like to try a like pay the team percentage based model and try to just record that and put it down as like the benefit, the downside, any hurdles, and all that other shit. Because the only thing I see that is hard about that model is obviously the calculation of it.
Yeah.
And don't,
Also, implementation, I will
yeah,
say.
definitely. No, that's what, yeah. The also,
Wait,
what?
there's a Hello Kitty Cafe truck event I want in. Oh boy.
Okay. You know, what's also another issue with it I can see that why it wouldn't be like. Do you know what would be very important for this model to work?
Hmm.
They have to properly like report their income. All companies. Do you see the issue?
Yeah.
That
Yeah, I can see that being kind of a thing.
and you know companies are most known for money laundering. Woo! Tax evasion. Woohoo! I love that. What about you, Tula? Do you love tax evasion? Do you love money laundering? Which you could also say that my thing actually makes those things harder to do. It is much harder to I feel like to tax evade and money launder. And if anything, it also gives back into jobs. Think about it. You jobs where you had to what's the one I'm looking for? Jobs like accountant jobs are far more important now. So that's a job that now get that is gonna get a higher in demand. What do you think?
See that?
And you
Yeah.
know why accountants would do a better job to more accurately report the numbers? Because if they get paid percentage-wise to what the company made in income, that means the higher they report and calculate, the more they get paid. So they don't want to undersell the company income because that would directly affect their pay. What do you think? And then company ain't gonna let them just do it too, because if they oversay how much to get paid more, they also gotta pay everyone more. So you have a bit of a check and balance to make sure it's not being abused too much by these accountants and wanting to make sure the numbers are right. But also the accountants don't want to just take $100,000 under the table, because because money laundering would be harder. I'm just saying, all right. The system will have every system has ways to abuse, but this one seems harder. Come on, you gotta admit this is a pretty good idea, right? Also, Tully, how you saying you were waiting to give me something for my birthday? You know what I would love?
What?
You want to get me ramen?
Ramen right now?
Yeah.
Sure, actually.
All right, okay, cool. You can give me a Uber Eat gift card, or you can just, I just wanted to say, because I remember you was talking about earlier. I mean, I'll be honest, I want free ramen. I take that.
Well, also, yeah, I actually wanted to get you your late birthday present, so that will be your birthday present.
All right, cool.
Ramen. Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm looking at Uber. I want the food.
Well, okay. How do you want me to send it to you?
Except, you got my PayPal, or getting
No, I know. I'm
card.
actually curious if, huh?
Wait, what are you curious about? What?
No, yeah, I can do it through PayPal. I'm just curious if there's another way to do it.
I mean, how?
No, because it's gonna sound weird, but hold on, send a gift. Send a gift. Uber gifts. Personalized via message. Get gifts can be used for Uber rides or Eats orders. Ooh, okay. Okay,
so
I can do that.
To look fancier. You want to be able to show it's like, hey, it's a gift. Take that, bitch.
I guess, but yeah.
I mean, that's fun.
Hold on, let me.
Because with me being somehow sick again, the ramen I want to get is chicken. Actually, I might get the beef one, but soups like that is really good for you. Broth is really good from what I know. Right?
Yeah, no, oh yeah, no, it's the best.
Yeah.
Item message. Hold on, I will be muted for a moment.
Why, you gonna stay out your card information to type in there? Are you one of those people?
No. It's just apparently there's an optional record video or write text.
Oh, okay. You're gonna have fun. Got it.
Actually, let me write text. I don't want you to see my ugly mug.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Come on, yeah, man, that was funny. Oh, wow. You're gonna be like that. I see how it is.
No, it's just my body dysmorphia has not been doing very well.
Have you tried not having that?
Okay, it only... Hold on. How much is the ramen that you want to get?
I mean, let me put it in and see, because the only ramen area I see is... Well, I don't want to say it, because I don't know this for obvious reasons.
No, I know. The problem is...
What, you gotta,
it's not even... No. The thing is that the gift amount, they only have it by they have it divided as either $25, $50, or $100 or $200. So
you don't see custom? I could have sworn you could have made a custom before.
Yeah, let me see. Can I?
Should be able to make custom. At that point, you can PayPal me the direct amount, because I don't know. This place has free. It gives me free chicken egg rolls if I spend $30.
Yeah,
But
it's not letting me customize it.
yeah, let's see. So like the steak ramen bowl. Okay. Oh, cool. I can just okay. Yeah. No corn. No bean sprouts. I want the dumpling. I want the meat. I want the new. Who's gonna order Who's gonna order ramen with no noodles and broth? All right. Ooh, it says add extra chicken. Does that mean I can add chicken to my beef? Oh, I'm adding that. All right. Add that. Give me an extra egg. Oh, that's funny. Said that's the limit. Oh, okay. Fair enough, Mr. Miyagi. All right, I won't. It's like it knows it's a gift. It ain't gonna let me load it up. Son of a bitch. But jokes aside, yeah. Wait. I'm confused. Add on pork rice bowl. Wait. What? The way this one is being weird. So I'm a little confused. I'm getting a. Sorry, I feel like they put in, and I'm very confused because I am getting a. Oh yeah, no mushrooms. I don't want that. You there?
Yeah. Again, just like let me know. Like,
Yeah,
do
yeah.
you want me to PayPal you?
If you
Oh yeah,
want to,
yeah.
because I doubt you want to just send me the 50, or you can just send me the 25. That's up to you. Like, but
I guess it's just the thing is that I want to get you like 35. You know,
oh shit, I take that too. Shit. Like I said,
but that
you make up your mind. I ain't gonna like be needy and like yes to
no,
late.
I know. It's just the problem is I don't like you know how PayPal they're kind of like all ooh we'll take a cut, which you know I understand, but
Oh,
at
you
the
didn't like
same
buy like
time
a
it's like
dollar. Like oh no,
yeah.
Tilly, you gotta cut off my arm. They took a dollar. What the hell is this? The ramen corn dog. Tilly, I'm scared. All right, I'm trying to like, yeah, just like I said, you send it however you want. I ain't gonna bitch. Tilly, I'm getting free food. Why would I bitch? My point exactly.
do 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 do. You have been sent lemons.
I want to check my. God, I will never regret the day I made my computer in Comet Sans. You will forever hate me for that. But this is the highlight of my life. You know what? Another reason why I love Comet Sans so much?
Because you can read it.
Well, like I'm not dyslexic, so I couldn't read it anyways. I like it because first off, it's pretty goofy fun. Oh no, Tully, they're feeding me 51 cents. Ah! I had to make the joke. But anyways, what I love about it is just like it's a little goofy, it's fun, and it just piss off like Purius who like to act like they're superior. Oh, what a pleb! You use Comet Sand. What a piece of shit. You ain't as good as me. Like you know what I mean?
Mm.
What is what is this? I'm looking at. There's a Zert. Want something you never
Yeah.
had, you surely love? Okay. Then you will want to try this for sure. Come with 2 ways, with Nutella or peanut butter and jelly. Ooh. It's deep fried in light butter and stuffed with goodness of your choice. What? I'm just gonna like DM because I don't want to say the name because I don't know if this is like a specialty to this. Like, I really don't want to dox myself by mistake.
Mm.
I tried hard not to do that, Tilly, and I will remain to like not do that. Like, what the hell is this? Don't say it, of course, but what is that elephant ear donut?
Oh.
Want to get free egg rolls? All right. I always want free shit. I must get the deal. But I'm looking at all their options. Like shit, should I just beef out my like? I got it ramen. Oh yeah, probably. I want some more noodle. Go check out, see how everything is priced. None of Huh. Okay. See, don't you just love when DoorDash like, hey, let me just add like 20 bajillion fees?
Mm.
I love that too. Like, what do you mean don't have any like? All right, just for like proof's sake. All right, so it does the Emerald thing is a thing, but this would have to. All right, the total before the fees have to be over 30. Son of a bitch. I'm like trying to like figure out how things work. What is PAO buns? Korean
No.
beef strips or chicken. So it's like tiny. It looks like tiny tacos. This is like a Korean ramen. It was really good. Huh. Bro, how is this 15? How is this almost $16? It's just 2 of these. Hell nah. Bullshit. The the Munchie Squad bag. I gotta show you. They know their audience. Look at this. Look at this.
That just seems a bit much.
Yeah, but it's just like, okay, you're high as shit, drunk as shit. We got you, fam. We got you. The God, some of these, dude, I just love when they try a little too hard with the names. Okay, empanada. Oh, they got a shrimp rice ramen though. I feel like you would like something like that. What do they carry for drinks? Do they got drink options? Anything weird? Oh, they got just basic boring options. Yawn. No, should I try the like that first one I sent for like the dessert? Like, what do you think? Really?
uh, get what feels right for you.
You're not helping. What is the?
I know,
No, no, I'm
but
just messing. What is the elephant don't ear? Wait, you ever heard of elephant ears donut?
no.
Yeah,
Like
we can look
what
that
you're
up. Like, what is
describing,
that?
they're like concepts of like they're abstractions.
Oh, this is the thing. I'm looking it up. Elephant ears donut. This one, the one I'm looking at, is a lot fancier looking because they add a bunch of shit on top of it. But no, this is a thing. This is indeed a thing, and they're made in a lot of different ways. So like huh. Man, what a weird day. I am finding some weird ass food. Anyways, I guess I had that. I gotta know, Tully. I gotta know. What is it? What is she? All right, I guess I can get 2 things of egg rolls because then I get one free. Yeah, I might as well, right? That's coming out at 45 because there's a $9 tax and fees, $6 delivery fee. God, don't you just love? Don't you love Uber Eats? Oh, I'm be right back. Someone's knocking on my door.
Hello? Hello? What was that? Yeah, I can't hear you. I'm sorry, Zap. No, I hear you have like weird chipperings that are
Yeah,
going on in
yeah,
your
no,
end.
no, that's
I
fine.
might actually
No,
have to
it's
end the
good now.
call.
It's good now.
It's
It's
oh,
good.
okay.
No,
It
when
was like
that
really bad.
happened, that's not like lag. That's my cord got like messed up a little bit, so I just have to like unplug and replug in my mic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's why that happens.
Ah.
Oh yeah, no, my grandma was just talking to me real quick. She just got back from the doctor, and yeah,
Everything
pretty.
okay?
Oh yeah, no, she's gonna be doing some back surgery soon.
Oh.
Yeah, she has like several. I think she said like 5 discs that's like kind of pushed out of place or something, and one of them was ruptured, and that was causing the pain she's been having. Something like that. So, yeah, that's pretty much it with that. And like in a couple weeks, she's gonna be going to the surgery, and she's gonna be gone for a bit when that happens. Obviously, she's gonna be in the hospital for a bit. But yeah, that was pretty much it. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, you just went quiet.
Yeah.
Hmm. I don't know. I think I might end the stream soon. It's not just hang out and just do. Maybe we can watch something. I don't know. Like it's just really slow. I might try to do something with the stream later, or just take a break for a while. I'm not sure. Because it just ain't doing well. Like obviously it's not working, and that's why I said I don't know if I want to keep going, or because like if it's not working, something's fundamentally is wrong. And at this point, I don't know what. And I might want to just think on it for a bit. You know, Synchro keep bitching that is, oh, me playing Overwatch. Well, here I am playing Palworld like he won. Doesn't mean shit.
And to be fair, like he's still at work, so
Yeah. Well,
maybe he
even
wants to
that.
play it.
Yeah, but even if he's here playing, like, okay, that ain't gonna make much of a difference to like fix the fundamental issue I'm having here. What the hell is that dude doing outside the castle? God damn it! And like I said, there's fundamental issues going on here, and I gotta figure it out. So like I can change the game doesn't really make a difference. If anything, yeah, I don't know. I just gotta figure something out. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and end it since I got food coming. Just try to have a good rest of the day. If you guys enjoy the stream, be sure to like, subscribe, and follow and share if it's more than just my ult account.